Hello and welcome to the VRW Sportsman Division Richmond Recap, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. We cover the world. And SimAutoRacer.net, the sim racing series news site for sim racers by sim racers. This production made possible by eDeltacom.com. We're at your service 100% of the time. Drama? We've got plenty of drama in the VRW Sportsman Division. The early talk in the garage area was, where's Sean Kimball? Since he was nowhere to be found, the number 50 Capco Homes driver was released from his ride. The next buzz around the shop was, who would claim the pole? It appeared that possibly Steve Tanner or even early leader Wade Hermes would capture it. But hold on to your hat, someone else had other ideas. Dan Denayer took the pole, his second of the season. Lanny Sledge rounded out the front row. The event started smoothly enough with our first view of the yellow flag not coming out until lap 25. That's when the number 40 of Klausmeyer knocked himself out of the race by coming down into the 17 of Tom Wygant. The race leaders would take advantage of the caution and go ahead and pit for fresh rubber and fuel. One of the challenges facing officials at a track like Richmond is that cautions breed cautions. Sure enough, after returning to green flag racing on lap 29, we only made it 2 more laps before a spectacular crash between our pole sitter Denayer and the 37 of Wade Hermes put the Ken Campbell Stables Pontiac on its side for a wild ride that ultimately involved the 30, 38, 37, 6, 61, last week's winner in the 39 Jason Maines, the 36, 34, and 15. After those scary early moments of carnage, the crew chiefs began hollering at their drivers, and the accountants were getting calculators in place. A stiff warning from the trackside official, Mike Grandy, seemed to get everyone's attention as the fans enjoyed a 50-lap green flag run. Regretfully, the middle part of the race would not be so smooth. The Richmond International Speedway sound system was hacked into by the Penguin, and the next 140 laps resulted in caution after caution after caution.
To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
When the melees and smoke cleared, several things were obvious. The first, the flagman had to be medevaced out to the infield care center. The second was that early race favorite, the number 37 of Wade Hermes, was knocked out of his second race in a row after dominating the early laps. The 38, 6, 43, 87, 69, 58, 9, 99, 37, 90, 21, and 10 were all smoking heaps of scrap metal in the garage area. On lap 220 of 240, the amazing story was that Dan Denayer had not only survived his early race incident, but also that he had made his way all the way back to second place with 20 to go. Drivers and fans alike were anxiously expecting that the final 20 laps would finish under green, but an incredible wreck with just 17 laps remaining dashed that hope. The 33 of Ken White did not anticipate the breaking point of the yellow Tonka number 34, piloted by Wilbur Gildersleeve. When the Dodge Intrepid went around, the excitement was just beginning as the 61 of Williams, 18 of Blankenship, and number 20 of Tom Miller decided to join in the fun. By the way, look at the number 20 of Miller, who does a fantastic single-toe loop barrel roll. Celebrity judges in the audience commented,
"Such grace, such style. Can he do this on ice?"
As all of this was unfolding, an urgent call went out to the drivers in the area, as it appeared that a crazed fan had stolen the pace car and was heading back out on the track. Hicks and Layton responded to the call, attempting to blockade the pace car in the pits. To no avail, however, as the red import pushed through and escaped to the track. It turns out that the driver was none other than League Director Nim Cross. He was getting out onto the track to make sure things got settled down. With just 15 laps remaining, the leaders decided to pit for fresh tires, with Denayer's Grand Prix following Tanner's Capco Homes Monte Carlo into pit road. A quick decision to take only 2 tires, though, put the number 30 KC Racing entry out in front of Tanner, exiting the pits. Denayer would rejoin the action in 5th place, with Tanner in 6th. The 70, 44, and 18 all decided on track position instead of tires. 2 green flag laps later, though, Denayer was back in front, with the 98 of Tanner in hot pursuit. As the laps wound down, Tanner pressed Denayer on every side, trying to get around the Grand Prix that suddenly had grown so wide. It looked as though the 2-tire stop for position was going to pay off for Dan Denayer. It was not to be, however, when with just 3 laps remaining, the 4 fresh stickers of Tanner put his Capco Home Chevy in the low line underneath Denayer. The 2 combatants fought fiercely, but cleanly for the next lap. While Denayer fought valiantly, heart just can't overcome physics, and the KC Racing Pontiac was forced to concede the position and the win as Steve Tanner claims the victory at Richmond, his first of the season and the first for Capco Homes. After 240 laps, our top 15 look like this: Steve Tanner, Dan Denayer, Brian Blankenship, Tom Miller, and Eric Rodeman round out your top 5. Shout out to Brian Blankenship, Tom Miller, and Eric Rodeman, who all received their first top 5 of the season. Dave Presley, Ken White, Tom Wygant, Mark Zimmerly, and Andy Layton are your top 10. Lynch, Shields, Hicks, Williams, Gildersleeve are your top 15. Aiken, Painter, Jaggers, Montesi, and Wade Hermes wrap up your top 20. On behalf of the VRW Sportsman Division, RoboMac Productions, the Internet Racing Network, and myself, David McCall, thank you for joining us. Please join us next Monday and every Monday evening for VRW Sportsman Division live racing action. See you there.